A player who finished 4th and 2nd in the 2019 and 2022 editions of the Ballon d'Or, and ranked 4th in the Best FIFA Men's Player in 2020, scored the winning kick in the penalty shootout to give Senegal their first Africa Cup of Nations title in the 2021 final. He was also named the Player of the Tournament and crowned African Player of the Year for the second time. Liverpool legend, won everything at Liverpool from the Premier League to the Champions League. According to Liverpool's manager Jurgen Klopp, he left Liverpool as a world-class player, widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, for his pressing, dribbling, and speed. What the hell happened to him at Bayern Munich? In just 12 months, he had to leave for the Saudi Pro League. We have received a little bit of an answer from his PR manager, Bakary Cisse. Sadio Mané's PR manager has accused Bayern Munich of racism, claiming that the club wanted to get rid of the £34 million winger because he was African and the top earner on £250,000 per week. He also claims Leroy Sane, racially insulted the winger as the pair clashed after Bayern Munich's defeat to Man City in April, and that the club covered and protected the German following the incident. Mané moved to Saudi Arabian side Al-Nassr for a staggering £34 million per year and has joined Cristiano Ronaldo's team in the Saudi Pro League. Mané's time at Bayern was disastrous, scoring just 12 goals and having a high-profile falling out with teammate Leroy Sane. He was heavily criticized for his disappointing form and high wages, with Bakary Cisse, Maine's PR manager, hitting back at the club's treatment of him and insisting other significant factors played a part in his departure. Mané's representative claims that Bayern forced the African Cup of Nations winner out as they no longer wanted to pay his high salary. Bakary Cisse, Mané's PR manager, said, "It wasn't a footballing decision to sell him," he told After Foot RMC. Sadio's salary bothered the Germans. They didn't understand how an African joins the club and becomes the top earner ahead of everyone, so they wanted to get rid of him. They never called the players' representatives. They never told Sadio face to face that they wanted to get rid of him. They just sent Thomas Tuchel to tell him that he will be a third-choice left winger. Sadio has nothing to prove to the Germans. He didn't become what he's become thanks to Bayern. It was thanks to Liverpool. Bayern were ungrateful. They were paying an African all this money, and that hurt them. According to Cisse, Mané maintained his professionalism, but Bayern's leaders acted unfairly by leaking a lower selling price and then raising it. Sadio kept his promise to join Bayern without discussing payment, leaving negotiations up to his representatives. Bakary Cisse said, "He was professional until the end. But the people in charge at Bayern weren't fair. They first leaked to the media that they were ready to sell him for €20 million. But after he returned to training and they saw he was doing well, they raised the price to €30 million. Sadio didn't steal his money. From the first meeting with Bayern, he gave them his word that he would join, without talking about the salary. His representatives negotiated that salary for him." Talking about the Leroy Sane incident where Mané was believed to have punched his teammate in the face, leaving him with a bloodied lip as other players were forced to separate them. Cisse defended his client and criticized the German press's coverage of the incident, saying that Sane exceeded the limits and apologized to Mané after the incident. Cisse told After Foot RMC, "Everyone with a knowledge of European football knows that Sane is a very condescending guy, while Sadio is very calm and has shown that everywhere he played. Sane has exceeded the limits. Many wrong things were said about what happened. Many dirty things came out of the German press. They sided with Sane against Sadio. They said Sadio was fined €500,000, which is a lie. Sane apologized to Sadio after the incident. Why? He called some players and told them, 'I sent a text to Sadio, tell him to respond.' Sadio responded and accepted his apology, but told him that shouldn't happen again." Mané's former boss Jurgen Klopp also said he was unsure about Sadio Mané's struggles at Bayern Munich, as the player left Liverpool on a high as a world-class player. Klopp clarified that he had not discussed the matter with Mané. Previously, Mané's teammate at Bayern Munich, Joshua Kimmich, defended the forward by stating that his struggles in the Bundesliga were not entirely his fault. Kimmich cited numerous obstacles that Mané faced, which could have affected his performance at Bayern. Thomas Tuchel, the Bayern boss, expressed regret over Mané's time at the club and had a conversation with him where they discussed their disappointment in the situation. Tuchel took responsibility for not bringing Mané to his full potential. Mané also expressed his disappointment about leaving Bayern. He told Sky Sports he wanted a different ending. He believes he could have contributed to the team this season and wished the club and fans well for the future. Mané left Liverpool for Allianz Arena Bayern Munich just a year ago for £35 million. He has now been sold to the Middle East for a similar fee. At the time of his move, Mané was one of the top earners at his former club, with an annual salary of over €20 million. We are all well aware of how exceptional of a player Mané is, having demonstrated his skills at Southampton, Liverpool, and even at the international level with Senegal. However, off the field, Mané is equally praiseworthy for his charitable endeavors. He is not one to seek the limelight and often deflects attention onto his teammates during post-match interviews. In addition, he is not shy about showing kindness, exemplified by giving his shirt and hug to a ball boy after winning the Man of the Match award or apologizing to Ederson after accidentally catching him with a high boot. Nevertheless, Mané's last 12 months at Bayern Munich have been incredibly heartbreaking and disastrous for this gentle and generous man. We wish him the best of luck in his new chapter of life.
Subscribe the channel. Thanks.